Nick, LAFC just got completely embarrassed
Yeah.
by the second worst team in the whole FIFA Club World Cup. And to be honest with you, after what we've seen, LAFC might be the second worst team behind Auckland City. They might be the second worst team. But this was a game that they needed to win 3-0. They needed to get those goals if they wanted to have any chance of getting out of this group stage. And they just completely laid an egg. And Denny Bwanga on Fraud Watch, Steve Shrundalo has been on Fraud Watch. Dude's a huge fraud. Worst performance I've seen by LAFC in a minute, man. How you feeling after that game?
Very disappointing. Very disappointing. If we're going to be talking about truth like we do all over on VOBG, this is what I'm going to have to say about it. Fraud Watch that's nice words. These dudes need to go. They need to go. I have been a Bawanga fan. He don't show up on the big games. He shows up for the America game, and then because he does something great there, then all of a sudden he doesn't show up for the Chelsea, doesn't show up for the for this game. That's crazy. You have a coach that didn't want to be here, started from the very beginning of the season, but yet you keep him around for the whole entire season. The dude is already in Germany. Let him go. Let him go. What are we doing?
Hey, if you're enjoying the video, make sure you give it a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're trying to hit 8,000 subscribers by the end of the Club World Cup. And with your help, I know we can reach that goal. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already and hit that little bell notification so you never miss any of my videos. Now, back to the video.
And if you don't want to let him go, then John's going to have to be on watch. And that hurts me to say because I am a John Thornton fan. But we were promised certain things when LAFC first came a club. And we were promised that we were going to be one of the best, one of the greats, one of this and one of that. And you look at what Miami does, and we talked about this on that live watch along. They're paying $20 million for Messi, $10 million for this guy. Like, where's our guys like that? Where is it? You have a Griezmann lined up, but then the owners don't want to pay the money for it. But then we have nobody for backup. Where are our big signings? The signings that we do bring in don't fit the system, and people are calling them a fraud, but they don't even play. So he can't even play a full 90 minutes. This game today was an embarrassment for LAFC, for the black and gold. It doesn't show what we represent. I seen no heart out there. The first 15, 20 minutes was awesome. I thought LAFC looked good. We had many chances, both offsides. 2 goals go in, 2 goals get called back, offsides. And then after that, you just seen it looked like there was no love, no passion, no grit. And if that's the way you're going to play, this is not the club for you. And if you can't see that and make the changes to fit what we need, then you need to go to. Sorry, Will, but I am fired up.
No, listen, I'm pissed off because LAFC, before the Club World Cup began, had the easiest path to make it to the next round. I think they did. Of all MLS teams, they had the easiest path, I think. They had to show up, just show up, man. They didn't even score a goal in the first 2 games. Unacceptable. Seattle, not to put too much time on Seattle, played in a group stage with PSG, the champions of Europe, Atletico Madrid, and Botafogo, who won the Copa Libertadores in 2024. They have 2 goals through 2 matches against Atletico and Botafogo.
Fair.
LAFC can't score against Chelsea. Okay, that's the 4th best team in the Premier League. All right. They're a good team. Well, maybe not after today. But either way, that's the information we had at the time. They played Tunis, the second cheapest team in the whole tournament, and they can't score a goal. Now, yes, they had 2 goals that were offside. It doesn't matter, man. At the end of the day, you got to score goals that count, not that don't. You got to score goals. You got to score goals. You got to have players, your stars. Denny Bwanga, he's got to show up. He can't be a magician and disappear in big moments. He's making $4 million a year. He's supposed to be the guy. He was supposed to carry the torch when Carlos Vela left, and he just is a shell of what Carlos Vela was. A shell of that. It's not even close.
No,
This was the worst performance I have ever seen Denny Bwanga have as an LAFC player. It's
yes.
not even close. It's not even close. And you know what? That penalty miss at the end where the goalkeeper saved it, it perfectly captures how bad he was in this match. He was terrible. And you know the sad part is, Tunis, no offense to them, they're probably worse than an average MLS club. And Denny Bwanga looked worse than an average player in this game.
Yeah. I mean, listen, man, they're showing Martinez horrible. He did not have a good game. The new guy that they brought in, I didn't see nothing that from him that made me jump off the screen and say, "Oh, that's what we brought." You're talking about the easiest route. I would have personally. I thought Miami had the easiest route there to get out of the league. I think Sounders had the hardest. But to your point, they still scored. So the assessment of saying that LAFC is possibly the second worst team in this tournament, I don't doubt that at all. If you can't score, what does that say about you? You know, and people will go back and say, "Well, dude, you guys were all high and mighty on them playing, getting beat 2-0 against Chelsea." Yeah, again, we hammered it, a $1.6 billion club against a 50. But this is a $20 million club against a 50, and look what they just did. There was nothing about this game that was quality from LAFC except for the first 15, 20 minutes. That was it. After that, and I even said it on your live stream, once the second goal got called back, I said, "Oh, man, it looks like that sort of hit them a little harder." You started seeing plays not connect. You seen guys sort of walking with their head down and like walking. This is not a game that you do that. This is a 90-plus minute game. You show up from the beginning to the end. And if you can't do it, this badge is not for you. If you cannot be a person that can show up for the big games and give us and put us in the situation to get out of this group, this is not the team for you. And if you're going to sit there on the sideline with your arms crossed like this and you can't think of anything to do until the 80th minute to bring in a sub, get your ass out of here and go back to Germany. It's ridiculous, bro. It is ridiculous. The owners need to step up. They promised a lot. They failed us with the Griezmann thing. They better say, "You know what, this ain't good enough. Gots to go, gots to go, gots to go." If not, hell, maybe we should be putting our team up on for sale and bringing someone that wants to buy. Because we got enough owners that we have enough money to make moves like Miami. Truthfully. And I reference them a lot because look what they want to do. Look at the money that they spend. Their dreams and hopes of being in certain tournaments, wanting change with MLS so they can play bigger teams. But yet we're okay sitting mid table and then coming and losing against a team that is half the price of what we have. Are you kidding me, bro?
And I want to say this too. I don't want to hear any excuse of anyone saying that LAFC had to travel to Tunisia or Tunis. Traveling from Africa, they're traveling further away than LAFC. I don't want to hear that excuse. Okay, I don't want to hear it. No excuse with that. This was the worst performance I've seen by an MLS team this tournament by far. It's not even close. And after the Flamengo beat down over Chelsea today, 3-1, that performance against Chelsea looks bad.
Yep.
It doesn't look good anymore because Chelsea apparently are frauds too. All of Europe's on fraud watch. You know, that's what it's looking like so far. Or a lot of them are on fraud watch. But I just want to say one more thing too. They had to go for this game. They put out an attack that said they were going to go for this. They had Giroud start. They had David Martinez start. And Buong on the left side. That's what I said they needed to do in this game. They had to go for it. Even with that, Nick, they didn't have a single shot on target until the 80th minute of the game. So even with their A team out, they're not able to get shots on target. This team is it's a complete mess. It's a complete mess. They need to have some wholesale changes in the attack, coaching. Things need to be shaken up. And I think they need a striker really bad. We've seen this, man. You can't score goals in soccer. You can't win games. It's the most important thing to do. It's why they cost the big bucks. That's why you spend the premium to get these guys in here. You need an attacker. Giroud, look, it might not be his fault, okay? Maybe it's not his fault. It didn't work out because the system didn't fit. But you know what the key word is there? It didn't work out. Doesn't matter what the context is. It didn't work out. He's been a failure. His production has been a failure. Could be Dolo's fault. Could be his fault. Doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's about winning. It's about scoring goals. He's not doing that. They need to have someone come in and score goals, get a striker. That is the number one thing that should be on their priority list this summer. Number one thing.
Yeah.
Everything else doesn't matter until that gets solved.
You know, I'm sitting here watching these replays back. The whole team failed. The whole team failed. Segura, not showing up. Delgado didn't show up. Denis Bawanga didn't show up. These are just to name a few. Martinez didn't show up. So much that he got pulled out at halftime. It was a absolute disappointment. And if I hear the excuses of the heat, the travel, because let me tell you, we make a lot of excuses. It's always some other reason why. And I'll be real interested to hear what Dolo has to say in this presser, because we've seen him say things like it's not all about winning, Will. It's not all about winning. That's the type of manager we have. I dare the excuses to come out, because I'll be tweeting about that all damn week. You know what I mean?
All summer.
Like this is the time to hold people accountable. Accountable. Call them out. You're already on your way out. Call them out. What a shit show.
You know what's the sad part too? Just to conclude this, the sad part is that LAFC are eliminated from advancing 2 games in.
That's right.
2 games in. And the sad part is too is they didn't even play the best team in the group yet. Flamengo is the best team in the group. They're playing them last. Tunis was supposed to be an easy win. They can't even get a goal against them. They totally underperformed. They choked. No one came through. There's no leader on this team. There's no leader on the bench. They're leaderless. They don't have a direction.
Bella and Collini are not there. We haven't had a leader like a Collini. He was the general. He was the man.
He was the heart of the team. Heart and brains of the team. Haven't had that. Need that desperately. LAFC, and I'll say this too, Nick, and I'll let you get your closing thoughts. Losing a tournament like this, embarrassingly like this, can really derail your season.
Yeah.
You lose all confidence. When you get bounced in a tournament at home, the United States is what I mean. We're hosting it, obviously, right? And you're losing to teams like ES Tunis. And here's the thing. We all watched that game. Tunis is not even a good team. They look like a world-class squad out there, except in the final third. Their chances or their shots were just way off. If there was a team today that could convert their chances. By the way, Tunis had 10 shots, 5 goals, or shots on target, excuse me. 10 shots, 5 shots on target at the time of LAFC not having 0. They had 5 on shots on target. If they played a team that could finish today, they would have lost 5-6-0. They would have. And I tell you what, God helped them against Flamengo. Because that could get real ugly real quick. What's your final thoughts of the game?
If LAFC is the only team to get beat 5-0, 6-0, what a disappointment it will be. You come off of a game like this and lose. I hope by the time that they land back in LAFC that you see some real changes. And if not, I truly believe that John will be on a lot of fans' shit list and asking questions of why, and this is not. Look at it. The Group D stage, LAFC sitting at the very bottom, should have never been like that, and
Unacceptable.
it's unacceptable. It's a disappointment, and this for me, this is the type of game that needs some type of reaction. Like you need to make a big deal about this. This isn't we were glad to be part of it. No, no. Us fans deserve more. You promised more. You
And who
promised.
just won? And listen, even though they're struggling, who just won MLS Cup last year?
Yeah.
That alone should be putting the pressure on this team. Nick,
Right.
sad that they're out in the second game, man. Should not have been like this. Should
Should
not have
not.
been like this. Should have been competing, and they should have been going into the Flamengo game playing for everything to make
Yep.
it to the next round. And it's just not going
Yep.
to happen. Absolute embarrassment. Let us know what you guys think down below. How disappointed are you in LAFC? What is their biggest issue in this tournament? Let us know. Also, make sure you like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the little bell notification so you never miss a video. And also, make sure you go follow my friend Nick _ Nick Chastain _ on Twitter and X. Also, he has a podcast, The Voices of Black and Gold. I will be on there on Sunday to take a deep dive into this game when we get a chance to cool down and even think about it a little bit more. Don't know how cool down I'll be at that point, but we'll see, right? We will see. Nick, any final words?
Man, I just appreciate you having me on. Guys, make sure y'all help Will hit that 8 grand or that 8,000 followers. He needs it.
I'll take the
He
8,000
deserves
too.
it.
8,000, 8 grand too. I'll take that
He,
as well.
he deserves it. So make sure y'all give that subscribe to him. And Will, appreciate you having me on, man. It's been fun to watch these games with you for these live views and then doing these reactions after. I'm definitely disappointed. And come Sunday, we'll have a lot to say.
We will. We will. I appreciate it, Nick. Until next time, guys, we'll see you all soon.